Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
Hello.
You guys all arrive at the exact same time.
All right, but me and Bellator went to the back entrance, right? Like the loading dock or
Oh,
whatever
is it?
that
Did
was
you?
called.
Okay, then
Yeah.
yes. You two are around the back entrance. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do you know this place? Do you know this building?
I would have been here a couple times throughout my career doing interviews and stuff. Being a local boy from Night City, being the world champion, I've probably done some interviews. Probably know a few people inside too.
I
Yeah.
definitely haven't been here.
You've never been here? Cool. So yeah, you find a way around to the back entrance to this really huge building. Like this is like it sort of looks like downtown New York kind of thing. There's like really tall buildings, skyscrapers all around, and this is one of those larger buildings. And yeah, you find a little side door as the two of you approach. Like, what do you do?
Oh, good, you're here. Yeah. So what's the plan?
Yeah, I don't know what the plan is.
Just pull my raincoat hood back.
Like when you see me too, like I get out of this like crusty old Ford Victoria Crown Vic, like this old '90s beat it up piece of shit. There's actually no license plate on the back either. But it's just, and I get out and like I don't really have a costume as of yet, so like I just have a pair of gym shorts on, and I'm full of tattoos, like that's my character. But I have gym shorts on, and underneath that I have like Under Armour like tight leggings, like all the way down to a pair of like workout shoes, and then I have like another like long sleeve Under Armour sort of shirt on with like just a white shirt over top, and then I got like a mask made out of like Under Armour fabric with just like eye holes cut open, and it's poorly stitched down the back, like it's crude and bad, like it's not good.
And see, the thing with Chloe is that she can never really take her costume off because she's like made of this weird substance.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a costume, but also I guess it's just how she looks.
It's just how you look. The car behind you starts to drive off, and Mickey says, "All right, I'm out of here. Okay, bye." And then he drives off because you can hear sirens and stuff. Like you've already seen, you probably passed the front of the building where there's like a perimeter set up, and then loads of people, a couple of camera crews from other networks. Yeah, you've managed to find your way around the back, but it probably won't be too long before the police start to move in. So Mickey makes his escape.
I guess we gotta get inside, right?
Absolutely, this way. And I like where I'd say we're in the back loading bay, and there's like probably like the step up to the garage doors, probably like 3 or 4 feet tall.
Yep.
And I just kind of take like one regular step and hop straight up onto this thing with like no effort at all. And I just reach down and grab the lock and just twist it off, if I can do that. Just a regular little lock, and pull open the door.
Super strength?
I have like enhanced strength, yeah.
Enhanced strength.
Enhanced strength. So like
but
above the strongest human.
Is it a trivial thing to just do that, or do you have to like put some power in?
I probably would have to like put a little bit of effort in to try and break this lock.
All right, we're engaging the mechanics for the first time ever.
I don't know. I don't think we are really. I think.
Do you think I need to snap this lock off?
This is the thing. Like, if you think you can just snap it off,
I honestly think like if it depends.
Like, so powers,
is there a lock? So I get to the door.
Oh, 100%,
is there a lock?
100%. Yeah, it's like
okay.
Locked, chained, or something. Like it's like one of those like great ironed things that they have in America and not in this country. So I have no idea what I'm talking about. And then behind it is like the door. But there's like a chain around it, a padlock. So if you're strong enough to just like ping, break that off, then you can.
Yeah, I'd probably grab onto the chain and just like put some strength into it, and it probably takes a little bit of effort, but like I have the strength to just pop this chain.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of throw the chain to the side and throw up the garage door. Well, you ready?
Yeah, I could have done that without breaking anything, but sure.
Oh. What is it that you do again? I know we've met, but you know what? Surprise me.
Sure. I will.
Good. And then I sort of like get down and sprint off into the direction of the noise, I guess.
You're just running in. There's not really a lot of
just-
noise. Like once you actually open the door, you can hear like you can hear stuff like towards the front of the building, but here in the back it seems relatively empty. Like they've grabbed all of the people and turned them into hostages on each floor. You're looking at like 18 floors. And as you walk in, you're in like a back area. This is like a loading area. It's just like empty cardboard boxes and like rubbish and stuff like that, or trash. And yeah, you can hear people moving around in the front. Like every now and then you'll hear just like Dolske, Daragoye, you know, like Russian, which is not what I'm speaking, I know. But generally it's relatively quiet. There is not a lot of like action going on. There's no one in here apart from hostages, gang members, and they're all tied up and stuff towards the front of the building, being used as a sort of human shield from the police out the front.
So what I'm thinking is, if we can sneak up to where the big guy is, then we don't have to deal with all these other guys. I'm sure if we get rid of him, then they'll fold like a cheap
Probably.
chair.
But I'm pretty sure they all got guns. I mean, we could get shot just... Look, what do
I
you...
don't even know if bullets would do anything.
Can you get hurt from getting shot?
Probably. I mean,
Huh.
I
mean,
really
I can-
I've really tested it.
Probably best we don't even try the situation at all, especially with this hostages. All right. We can creep up and just look at the situation. What do you want to do exactly? I had no issue taking the big guy, but is there any way you could subdue the rest of them?
I can certainly give it a go.
Sounds good.
And then I just sort of start creeping off down the hallway towards the front of the building.
So you're just heading into the sort of the front area where all these Russian gang members.
Yeah, like I guess like we'd stop before like the last turn in the corridor, like before the door, like we'd stop just before we get into there.
Sure. Outside, the wait, wasn't the Revenger with
We're
you?
switching it now, apparently. It's fine. I have an idea. It's fine.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know if you were with me.
No, I
or-
had
'cause-
stuff to do. It's fine. I was in a
The
corner.
Revenger
Alright.
walks in the door. He's just been forgotten about because he looks so normal.
No, what I did, I was in a corner fixing my tie, scoping the eyes out so I can fucking tie it around my neck.
You went
Or
from
my-
being an average-looking businessman to the Revenger.
Yes, I need my disguise.
Like,
You can't change quickly though. It takes you like a normal
Yeah,
person.
I've actually got ahead, so I had to fucking stop and do the thing. Cross
there's
the eyes.
probably a noise from behind Goo Girl and Bellator that makes them jump, and they turn around and it's him creeping in. Like, they had no
wow.
idea he was there. Everyone just forgot that he was there. This is like, I feel like you should be a super spy. You're so forgettable at first. And then when you
I
become the
also-
Revenger, it's obvious. You look like drunken Friday night businessman.
I also have 3 dogs with me.
You do?
FYI.
What
I was
kind of
gonna
dogs?
do the thing, but now we're already here, so I.
They
I
handbag
have 3
dogs.
What?
Oh,
Like scabby dog. Like I found him in the street.
They're
And I
in-
was like,
yeah, I
you
mean-
need to follow me.
this like
And then-
there's like an alleyway that leads to this area, like whatever
Yeah.
where you are, and you probably just found these dogs. They were just like they were fighting over like an old rotten piece of meat,
Yeah.
and then they're just like they were like, yes, we need to follow him, and they
We have job to do.
you now have 3 dogs, 3 sort of scabby looking,
Yeah, scabby dogs.
mangy looking dogs. Out the front of the building, the freak show couple, drunk.
We're stepping out of the slam mobile.
You have a slammobile.
Yeah, it's an AMC Pacer.
What? Hang on.
I want a
AMC
motorcycle.
Pacer. Is that what that is? No.
The
An
Wayne's World
AMC
car.
Pacer is.
Fuck.
I can only show it like in vaguely down the little dice thing. It's one of those because we don't have a map. An AMC Pacer pulls up, and then like immediately, just instantly, there's like a little super sort of skinny looking police officer who's like a traffic warden, but is cordoning off the area as it goes right now. And he steps up to your car instantly and then pokes his head in, and he's like, I'm sorry. You need to move on. You can't park here. You can't park here. There's all this stuff going on right now. I'm afraid you'll have to move on, citizens.
Dude, Reginald, how you doing, buddy?
This is not Reginald.
I want to take go to my hat, and I want to pull out a press badge.
A press badge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do that, and you can just do that. I'm
I
guessing.
think so.
Okay. He says, "Oh, all right. Sorry. I suppose if you can find somewhere, park over by that van." And he points towards another van. On his badge, it says Nigel Noodles. He's like got really long, thin, like blonde hair. He's like mega thin looking. But also
You look
looks
a little bit like a musketeer.
He does look a bit like a musketeer. He's got like a little shitty mustache. He looks really emaciated.
He's not gonna question why she had it in the hat.
No, why would he? He's very nervous. He's just a traffic warden.
Yeah, he's not very intelligent either. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's just
Nigel.
part of the KCPD. All of the mods, for the record, are the KCPD. So Nigel Noodles like waves you on and like lets you through into the like just like before the true police perimeter, but like where all the press
Yeah.
gathered. And there's a bunch of just people around behind you. There's like all these like kids and people and like teenagers with their phones out like filming and things. Again, you see a bunch of police, like more like hardened looking police. You see the police chief there with like a table, and then like everyone's looking over this like blueprint of the building, and there's a couple of officers in like riot gear, SWAT gear, stood next to him as they look over towards the entrance of the building. It's like a wide plaza that opens up to a glass, single sort of glass door. The rest of it is frosted and you can't see through. There is one where you do see this kind of relaxed looking Eastern European man in like a light, like a baby blue one color tracksuit all the way down, pistol in one hand, and then like a businesswoman, like one of the secretaries for the building in under one arm, gagged and tied, and he's just like he's pointing a gun at her head, and then he disappears again. What do you want to do?
Whoa, that dude had a gun.
I'm more worried about how we're going to maximize our exposure.
You want me to take my shirt off?
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
would not be impressive enough.
Bro!
It needs to be a show. It needs to be interesting. It needs to have a hero, and it needs to have a villain, and we already have one.
Dude, the gun show! And I start giving you the gun show.
I want to look around and see if I can find any heroes around.
Sure. What you are trying to do is examine.
Examine. Yeah.
So, you need to roll plus
Investigate?
investigate. Yeah. Now we actually get to roll the dice.
What the?
So you don't get to do anything on this, I don't think. 7 to 9, you get to ask one. So, you get nothing. Yeah, you look around. There's no heroes. One thing that you guys all know is that there's a very famous hero. There's like a Superman-esque hero in Night City known as Genova. And Genova is like hardcore. Genova's like the superhero to be and to know. Genova's pretty much looked after Night City for the last like 20 years. About 6 months ago, Genova just disappeared. And nobody's seen him since. And since then, like, crime has risen. Like, there's a handful of other superheroes that knock about that, like you guys, are not quite as insanely super powerful and famous and beloved by the city necessarily, that have been doing their best to sort of keep the crime level. But Genova was the be-all and end-all here, and the police are getting strained since his disappearance. You roll in again? You just think you can do that? Well, you
No, it was because I wasn't allowed to have a plus or a minus before my my stat and fucked everything up. So I rolled
You
again.
lose your legs for trying to roll again. Yeah, no, you look about and
That new trick.
there's definitely no other superheroes here.
So you want to like go in the front or?
All right, I. If you hold him up for a second, I could.
Is there anyone near me?
Right next to you is a reporter and his little classic-looking photographer kid.
I pick him up.
The kid or the reporter?
The kid with the camera.
The kid with the camera. Yeah, immediately he's just like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Suddenly, the reporter spins and turns and looks at you and says, hey, what are you doing there? Stop it. Leave him alone.
I'm just holding him up, dude.
Is
little,
the people
go on.
inside, like the one holding the reporter capture, is he looking at us?
He's like, what he keeps doing is like, there's the doors and he keeps like poking his head out and like looking around. And then he'll like peer back, like using this human shield and just checking what's going on with the police and stuff. He appears to be the lookout of the gang. And behind him is probably a bunch of others. You can't really see in too well.
I wanna try to get closer while everyone is like kind of occupied with Trunk doing this thing. I wanna like sneak underneath the safety thing and kind of get closer without being seen.
I feel like you should roll for that because you're creeping. But I don't think there's an
Maneuver?
actual. I don't think there's a maneuver. Just roll. Yeah, roll the
do
maneuver.
something involving stealth.
Yeah, roll me a maneuver. Hey! So everyone suddenly turns, and there's this reporter who's like, he's hench. He's like clearly incredibly muscular and beautiful looking, but he masks it by wearing like a really bland brown suit and these like big thick glasses, and he like swoops his hair to like the wrong side. It seems wrong. And this little kid who you're holding up is like spinning around, and
Ginger.
he is, yeah, freckled and ginger and small and shrill, just really shrill, more shrill than even I can do. And everyone starts looking at you like, what's going on? Like, oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the reporters are like, come on now, unhand him, son, you know. And in doing so, you allow a moment there for Rabbit to just slip under the police perimeter and begin to, I guess, are you creeping? Because on the right of you would be like the whole police tent with a bunch of dudes stood there. Police Chief Terrence Cugio is there with his other officers and like the SWAT team,
Terrence
like
Cugio.
ready to go. Yeah, Terrence Cugio is like pretty cool. Like he's like early 50s, salt and pepper, like kind of
3
hair.
days from retirement.
Like, yeah, he's like 3 days retirement guy. He's got
Every
5
day.
o'clock
For the last 4 years.
for to the last 20. Like 5 o'clock shadow, like really long, like coat. Looks weary but hardened. Super lawful good, you know. This is, by the way, just quick shout out. Cugio made our character sheets in this. We didn't have any, so
Yeah,
he
boy.
made the character sheets. So I put him in a position of just epic power. Yeah, so he's there like looking over this map, and he just doesn't even see you. You know, he's left all this to the other lesser officers, like Nigel Noodles, and you're able to creep like under the perimeter. What do you want to do now?
I want to get like within eyesight of the dude holding the woman. And as he looks at me, I want to take out my little clock and I want to start spinning it, and I want to get his attention.
100%. Yeah, he like looks out, and then there's this one clear woman just like heading towards the building to one side of the police tent, and like he looks over at you and like kind of makes eye contact for a second, then suddenly bang, you've got your little clock, and he, instead of like moving back behind, he just stops for a second and looks at you. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to manipulate this person, and it's a difficult thing for me to do. So I'm gonna turn him into catatonic state for just a second, and then I'm gonna tell him a command.
Okay, so with regards to what they're like trying to do here, the each character has different powers that they were able to make up, and they've gone away. They have simple powers, difficult, and borderline powers. Simple powers are like bam, done, go. Difficult powers are usually the type of thing that you like build up to, or like it's like a limit break kind of thing, like in Final Fantasy terms. You normally take a little longer to like push it out, but it's a thing that you can do. Borderline is like extremely difficult for you guys to do. So you're trying to do something that's pretty difficult here, and manipulate this guy to just go catatonic. You just want to
No.
turn his brain
It's
off?
like he turns into like a sleepy-ish state, and then I'm gonna tell him a command, like release her.
Well, then I would say that probably what you're trying to do is take him down. So the way that conditions work in this game is how you impose like damage and stuff. But it's not just damage. What you want to do is like impose the condition of catatonic asleep, you know, on him. So takedown. Whenever you attempt to subdue a threat, say how you do it. What stat would you add to this? Which of the verbs?
That would most definitely be influence.
Influence. Yeah, roll me an influence.
Definitely.
Yeah, boy.
Blam. So yeah, you can actually what you could do here. Well, you get to choose 3 of these things. Impose a condition. Choose once for minor, twice for moderate, or 3 times for critical. So a minor condition is something like he falls asleep. A moderate condition is like he falls asleep for a whole day. A critical condition would be that he is permanently in a coma, you know. You can take away an advantage. That's like his gun. Advantages are like if he's got a gun, or if somebody's got like cybernetic things going on, or they've got like a baseball bat. Those are known as like advantages. Change a location, which is usually a thing like if you can teleport someone away. You can reduce the size of a mob, which is technically what this is. They're like a gang.
Yeah.
They're a mob. There's a bunch of them in there. You don't actually know, but when you reduce, so the way this works in terms of mobs is that you have a size rating of the mob. So if there's like 15 of them, and you reduce the amount of the mob by 1, let's imagine that there are 15 of them, and the amount of the mob is that there are 3 at a factor of 5, which means that there are 3 mob numbers. So you can reduce that by 5. You can reduce the 15 by 5 people, so you can put 5 of them asleep.
Yeah, I understand.
And you can also take no harm in the doing of whatever you're trying to do here. Same as APOC World.
Well, I'm imposing kind of a condition, because I want him to let her go.
Yeah.
And I also want to take away his gun, so I want him to drop his gun while he's doing so. And I'm reducing the mob size by 1.
So, you just want to put 1 condition on?
Oh, I can put more?
So you can choose, so you've got 3 things here to spend, basically. If you
Yeah.
choose, impose a condition twice of those 3, if you spend like 3, it's minor, moderate, or critical, depending on how many times you pick it. Do you know what I mean? Choose once for minor, twice for moderate, 3 times for critical.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, goddammit. I'll just moderate, and make him kind of like fall together in a pile, sleeping, as he drops her.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
This is literally what happens. He doesn't even get shot off or anything like that. He just looks at you and he's confused for a moment, and then his eyes like roll up in the back of his head, and he's like completely like bam out of it in a coma. He falls down. The woman falls as well because she's sort of tied up and she's sort of like held up by this guy, and he falls to one side, and you see him like hit the ground. His like gun spins across off the floor. The woman rolls off to one side as well. What do you want to do now?
I look at Trunk. I kind of get into a show position. Let the show begin. And I kind of motion for Trunk to come to my side.
Now that's a he's like the reporter is there like, now that's a good man. Now make sure you step back, citizen. Now this is a very dangerous situation. You know, like he's just there like reading off these like niceties as you probably like start walking past. Okay. You don't want
Are there
to.
people looking at me because of the
Everyone is looking at you apart from like the immediate.
I'm just
police,
doing this.
The police crew, like like everyone is just looking at him like, what the hell?
And apparently, I just walked towards the building.
You're just heading towards the building.
Yeah.
Rabbit, what are you doing? He's just walking past. There's just a large man going, don't hey, you shouldn't go over there, sir.
I turn around to him and I rip off my my wife beater and I throw it at him. Don't worry, dude, I got this.
That smells very bad. It's very dangerous. You really should and then he looks down to the person next to him and he's like, hey, get some pictures of these guys. Like,
the second I see cameras on me, I'm like, it's party time, dudes!
This kid's like snapping pictures of the two of you as you like creep around the police perimeter. You've put one of them to sleep. You doing anything else?
I want to look at like one of the policemen. And without him noticing, I want to take his radio off him and put it on myself.
Sure. Give me another influence. Hell no. This is Captain Terence Cugio. Is that his name?
Shit.
Police Chief Terence Cugio immediately sees you like off to one side, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? Get back behind the line.
No, I was just thinking if we could have some help from your side.
You want to do what now? Come on, little girl. Come on.
We are the Freak Show, and we are here to save the day.
The Freak Show, huh? You're here to.
I give him like a card, for our show, and no, I want to put it like in his pocket and kind of stroke it as I do.
Come on, back behind the line. No startups today. This is too important. Come on.
I come up behind him like, but dude, there's bad guys over there.
Yes, sir, there is. And you're gonna want to stay safe.
I bulge a little bit.
He's like trying to usher you back to behind the line.
I don't think I move.
I want to look around for people to help us with this. Again.
No one's going to help you. Inside the building, there's a lot of commotion from the front of the building. As you guys are sneaking through, the three of you that are sneaking through, you suddenly hear that there's a lot of commotion from the front. And then you hear like one of them like say like, Ivor has gone to sleep. He has just fallen asleep at the door. Why he has done this? Get him up. And then you hear like a doof, doof. I think he's dead. No. What is happening? What's wrong with him? And then from outside you see the body like dragged away. What do you guys want to do?
Probably see us trying to get in.
The three of you won't be able to see outside yet. There's like
shit.
Hearing this, like I turn to Bellador and the Revengerer, and go, well, the big guy's still gonna be upstairs, right? None of this is really super important to us right now. As long as they're looking out there, we could deal with the big guy.
Look, I got a grudge with Gargant. So I want to deal with him, but we got to deal with these people down here first and save all those people.
Yeah, but you can't leave him up there. Remember, every hour he's going to kill someone. So, I mean, you got to hurry.
Well, how much more time do we have left?
Probably not long. I haven't been counting. It's hard to wear watches. I say, like showing slimy wrist.
So what if those dogs?
I look at the dogs. Are they just like three like small, mangy old
They're, like-
dogs, or
Like, yeah, just skinny, like, what are those, like, running dogs, is what I'm thinking.
okay? So they're still like kind of
Like
decent
gray-
size, I
greyhounds.
guess.
Yeah.
Oh shit! If they're greyhounds, they're fairly big. Okay.
Yeah, but they're still skinny, like homeless dogs.
Yeah.
So, I look at the dogs. I look to you. What do you do with those?
They're my guardian dogs.
Can you talk to them?
Of course.
Do you think they'd be fine if they just kind of went up and see what was going on?
Let me ask them. You should go up and check out what's upstairs.
The little dog looks up at you. You can just talk to him, right?
Yes,
And
I would
you
like you
can-
to respond as well.
You can just straight up command them, I mean.
It takes difficulty, like communication I can do, but like ordering, like they have to, is difficult. So this is more like,
Because they're dogs.
No, I mean, if you can do it, if it's within your realm
Yeah.
of powers, then you can just do it. Essentially, I'm only asking because if you're like trying to do something that you're like not really used to doing, then you do these things called like push. You can
Oh,
push
no,
your
I can't.
powers to
Yeah.
concentrate and do something like insane. The dogs, like all of them, just look up at you and go, "Yeah, okay, yeah. What do you want to see?
check out for anything suspicious.
Suspicious? Yeah, yeah. What does that mean? I don't know. What is it? What is it? What is it?
You're a fucking dog. Just make sure the coast is clear.
Yeah. What is a coast? I think that's a beach. Okay. Yeah.
Just head
We'll
up
go to the
there and
beach.
tell me what you see.
Up to the beach? Yeah, we can go to the beach.
No, upstairs.
Upstairs? I look for a beach upstairs? Oh my god, there's a beach upstairs. This is gonna be so cool. Okay, okay.
Is he just like howling to these dogs? Like, what's it sound like to
Uh,
those of us who don't know what's going on? Like, don't hear or
They're just
understand
yipping
dog?
at each other.
For my part, it's just me like concentrating like this.
Dogs are like,
Just mouth. This is amazing.
okay, we'll go find a bit. We'll find a beach. We'll find a beach. One of
No,
them-
no, just go upstairs and tell me what you see.
Okay, okay. The three dogs just, you suddenly see them start running up the flights of stairs. And they disappear for a bit. Quite a lot of time will pass because they are going to run up all 18
I can-
flights and down again.
Oh shit.
Oh, I thought it,
I honestly think you should just go up, Bellador, and I can deal with these guys from behind, like, surprise attack or whatever.
Sure. If you deal with them in time, both of you come upstairs. If I shouldn't have any issues, but you never know. Could blow a knee or something.
I mean, I'll come up as soon as we're done here.
Sounds good.
And I just kind of like bow awkwardly and turn and sprint after the dogs.
Just running up the stairs.
Yeah,
after the
like
dogs.
quickly just sprint and take off. Yeah.
Cool. So what is the Revengerer and Google doing?
I am planning to surprise the gangsters or whatever, the Russian mobsters from behind. Like, they're looking out the front door. If I
Yeah.
just come bounding in from the back and start taking names, that's my plan.
Yeah, like as you guys maybe creep up to the door where you can hear all the commotion, you look out into like a very open plan entrance foyer for the entire building. There's like a huge reception area and then like chairs, like comfortable looking chairs for guests and people to wait, like a waiting room. But mostly it's huge and open plan. A lot of the like glass windows have been like darkened in some way, apart from the front door where there's like a shaft of light coming through. In one corner, in front of all of the rows of secretary desks is a bunch of staff. There's quite a few people there, like 50 people just like all lined up. And you see 14 men stood around with guns in tracksuits, some with pistols, some with AKs, some with cigars and cigarettes and drinks and things. And one just asleep at the front.
How many hostages are there?
50.
Oh, okay, lots.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're all
14
like tied up. This is like the majority of the hostages in the building. from like most of the staff. They've all been brought down, and they're all like tied up and sat in like rows.
I whisper to the Revengerer. I go, if I take the left side, can you take the right side? I think we can get them all real quick.
I lost all of them. Sure, of course. Count on me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of
You don't
course.
sound very sure.
Not. It's fine. I'm a superhero.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak in and we'll take him by surprise. All right.
All
Here we
right.
go.
What's the word?
There's no word. Just when I go, just go. Okay.
All right.
And I take off my yellow raincoat and like put it aside, and stealthily like just like turn into a puddle basically, like
Alex
just puddle
Mack
down
style.
into like this little, and then like slide forward, like trying to get underneath one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah. Well, when I see that you're close enough to them, I'm just gonna activate the sprinklers.
Nice.
and hide after that. I can't do shit.
So you're just activating the sprinklers. You're not actually
Yeah.
involved.
closing
God
the
damn it!
door.
I said take the left side.
All right. In that case, I guess I don't know your fucking names yet. For fuck's sake, Google, can you give me? We're gonna do a takedown. So I guess it's up to you. Which?
I mean, my plan is to sort of like spring up from this puddle and like combo stretch punch like 3 of them or something. Like that's the plan.
Awesome.
I don't know
yeah.
what I do for this, but
So you sort of decide yourself, kind of,
yeah,
or
I
we
think
decide
it's
together.
probably a maneuver because there's like the sneaking beforehand and then like the surprise attack. It's not so much force, but it is like technique and speed.
Sure. Yeah. Then roll me a defy. No, a takedown with your maneuver.
All right, let's see what I can do here.
7. So you get to choose 2 of the takedown options there.
2 of the takedown options. Hang on, I'm just looking at the various things. All right, so 79, choose 2. Impose a condition, take away an advantage, force a change of location, reduce the size of the mob by 1, or take no harm in the doing. So I get to choose 2, you said?
2.
So I'm gonna take no harm in the doing and take away an advantage, which is like they have hostages. I want to like separate them from the hostages. You know what I mean? Like maybe I like pop up from this puddle and like sweep across the room a little bit, and there's like this stretch out of like where I am, and it like creates a sort of almost like a screen across from where the hostages are.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. That's pretty much exactly what happens. Like you just appear suddenly. All of the Russians, like just cigarettes dropping from mouths and guns spin on you, and then boom. Most of them, the ones that are near the hostages, are just like launched across the room quite easily by this just enormous goo green thing that just hits
Like
all of
it's
them.
like a stretchy wave of sticky goop.
Yeah, a few of them just like launch at the windows from the outside. Trunk and Rabbit and the audience that are just gathered just see like dum, 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 like just kind of like these like vaguely through the frosted glass, these like shapes hit and slide down, and then there's just a burst of gunfire as the ones which are still standing, or the ones that are like gathering themselves, stand up and just start firing on you. You presumably can do something to slime out the way. You're taking no harm, so you're...
Yeah, I said take no harm in the doing. I think what that is it's just like the bullets don't hit vital places in me if those exist.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, you could be
hard,
like sliming around.
It's kind of hard to say what's important and what parts are important that you could like shoot at.
You're like use like the part of you that would be clothing is being hit by bullets.
Yeah.
And then yeah, there's just this huge burst of fire, and then the sprinklers turn on. Like
Helpful.
Outside, the cops all look forward. There's the guys who are like the SWAT kind of dudes. Police Chief Kujio is trying to deal with these insane people that have appeared, these kind of like carny folk that have showed up and been like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do some stuff. And suddenly he turns around with dung 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 and then gunfire, and he just turns to his men and he's like, go 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 go. And you see all of these SWAT guys start moving forward, and then Kujio pulls out his own pistol and starts moving forward as well. Anything you two want to do in that commotion?
I'm running after him.
You're
I'm
creeping
going with them.
in. Going in as well?
I'm going into.
Yeah, and I want to make sure that all the cameras are pointed at us as we're going in. So I'm like talking to the camera like, this is very important. You need to look at where the SWAT goes in. We wait for our battle. Soon we will succeed.
Yeah, there's just like these
Also,
cameras.
remember the freak show. Just
The camera's like
Saturdays,
panning away.
Fridays.
like,
no.
like you're there like, hey, you're like moving the camera back, and there's all this gunfire and police running across this like way. And like, yeah, you're like, the camera's being dragged back for you. And
Bring
like,
your friends.
Hey.
It's alright. Bring your friends. Bring children for free under 12. I make sure I'll look at the religion.
As Trunk starts running off and heading in. Inside, I feel like at this point you're gonna have to defy danger, Google, because you are just, there's 15 people firing on you with AKs and
Sure,
pistols.
no problem. Defy
So,
danger. When you act despite an imminent threat or dig in to endure a danger that's befallen you, say how you deal with it, and then roll. Okay.
15 dudes from the sort of front end of the room are firing at you. You're like apart from the hostages, so they're kind of safe, but they're all suddenly shooting at this green giant flubber thing which has appeared.
Okay, so I think what I do is I sort of like reconsolidate, and you can see like the little drops and stuff of like what's left behind, like kind of pulling back towards me, and like sort of try and make a shield out of like one of my arms, you know?
Yeah.
And
Nice.
and like harden and hide behind it to see if I can like endure the hail of gunfire.
Yeah.
So I call that a protect, I think, to do something defensive.
Yeah, 100%. Roll me a protect. Partially succeeds. So you can do it.
You can do it, but you offer me a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
You can do it and get shot yourself, or you can do it and deflect some of the bullets into a couple of hostages.
I think I'm gonna get shot myself. I think I would try and protect the hostages, definitely.
There's like as the shield begins to sort of harden, a couple of bullets slip through. One digs into what would be your leg area. One would dig into what would be like an upper shoulder area, and then the shield hardens, and all the bullets just start deflecting off away from.
Yeah,
the
it's not
hostages.
like completely hard, but what it is it's like dense, so you get like that thing where bullets into
just
like ballistic gel. You know, like they just get like kind of stuck in it.
Yeah, and they're like slowly like falling out the bottom in like their own little.
Yeah, exactly. Like just pushing the wall down.
Yeah. How, I know you don't know, but how much does a bullet hurt you?
I don't think
Do you
it's
have,
super.
like,
I don't think it's super impactful. Like, I don't think I have vitals really. Like, there's nowhere that a sharp piece of metal is going to like pierce and kill me. I don't
It's
think.
gonna do very
But it's
little
gonna
to you.
hurt. Like, you know, when things rip through you, it's not comfortable.
Yeah. I feel like you would take like a minor because you're a goo creature from something like this. This isn't like an epic psychic attack. These are bullets and you're a goo thing. So I think for now you're probably got like a minor condition, which would be that you're like you're in pain.
So like
Which
minor condition in pain.
would be that you're in pain from this thing, and it will probably pass relatively soon. But like ideally you don't want to be shot that much again. It just hurts for a bit.
Yeah.
As opposed to doing any critical damage to you, it just hurts for a short amount of time. Then there's well, actually, what you get to the front door, trunk slam chest, but you run out the front door. What do you want to do?
Can I just run through the front door?
Yes. Yes, you can. Roll me a smash. partially succeeds. You run at the door, hit it, and just roll through the door. So like you hit it, and it's just like there's a moment like all these bullets are deflecting off, and then suddenly there's just a as the door just caves in, glass and metal just launches across the room. Two of the Russian gang members are just flattened and thrown as you basically just go like arse over tit through the door and roll to a stop. And then a bunch of chaos breaks out as SWAT members and police chief Kujio jump in, and they all start firing upon each other, as well as I guess Rabbit would be like sauntering up.
Yeah, I want to like turn on some music.
The music that you can hear like begins like playing.
And I want to stand there, and I want some lights on me, and I want like to start talking about what's going on in the fight, what we're seeing, kind of like I'm standing in like a commentary pretty much, and I want all the cameras on me at all times.
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm getting shot.
Yeah,
basically.
like the door opens
So if you want to help out, at all, that'd be fucking sweet.
There's just loads.
We're not
of
those
bullets.
kind of heroes.
There's loads of bullets. I'm gonna reduce the mob by 5, which is reducing the mob by like essentially these things have like 3 HP. So you reduce it to
that's
1.
like a 1 reduction.
Yeah. Just purely because the SWAT team do that. They just bust in and just shoot 5 of them down instantly. Is the Revengerer doing anything? You're muted.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I would still try to. Can I make shit up that's there, or would I have to look? Okay, I'm gonna look for, because I want to help in the fight. That's the thing that's going on. I would like to look for a plant or something that someone have next to their desk.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Give me an examine. So roll plus investigate. You don't even an examine. Just give me an investigate.
Okay. Bloop. Oh.
No, there's no plants. No one in this building has any plants, as far as you can tell. No animals, no plants.
Okay.
You're in the middle of a city. This is like your worst place.
I needed a bonsai tree for this.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay.
For a little desk cactus.
There's nothing I can do to no. If that's the case, if there's nothing I can fight with, I am not doing anything.
You just do nothing.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also want, like, as I'm having this show, I want some of the people, like the gang, to start looking at me. So kind of drawing the attention to me and from the other people.
All right, give me another influence roll as another. This is another takedown.
Okay.
Partially succeeds. So yeah, you get to pick 2 from the takedown list. So remember that imposing a condition is just literally whatever you want it to be. It's really weird. Like if you just want them to be entranced by you, and that they're like just like, oh, I'm looking at her now, then you can impose the condition like these entranced, enthralled. But yeah, you'll have to do that. You can do that.
They are enthralled by me, and they are not engaged in combat anymore.
Which 2 are you picking? Like reduce the mob by 1, because that will do a lot of them in one go, or you can just pick like 1 dude.
I want to pick as many as I can.
So you can reduce this mob by 1 and have them just suddenly stop firing on Google and look at you by imposing like the condition on the mob, I guess, that they're enthralled.
Yes.
And that would be your 2, yeah?
Yeah, I want to do that.
100%. They stop. 5 of them are just like bang, 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 bang. Hey, look at her. She's beautiful. And then just 5 of them are like, yes, she's the most beautiful woman
so
I have ever seen.
I start doing like stupid like rope tricks, like.
Wow, yes, this is great. They drop their guns like, oh, this is amazing. She's beautiful.
It's like, oh, look behind your ear, and he finds like a card.
He finds a
like
card.
A heart, yeah.
Oh, it's a
like
little heart. Then he gets
kiss on
shot
it.
in the head by a SWAT guy. Oh, he's amazing. And he's out.
Oopsie.
Cool, yeah. So you kind of reduce the mob. Google, what are you doing?
That depends. How many people are shooting at me right now?
5 are shooting at everyone. There's
Oh, okay,
like
it's kind
1 or
of
2.
it's kind of a mess now.
Yeah, it's a chaos.
All right. Well, I'm doing my best to try and shield the hostages. I think that's my entire game plan right now. Like, I want to make sure that nobody gets hit. So if any of the guns sort of like, rotate towards innocent people, I'm trying to get in the way.
Cool. Yeah. There's a move called Serve and Protect, where you can literally do precisely what you just said. So roll plus Protect to attempt.
Serve and Protect. It's a Protect skill, so we protect. I failed.
You I guess 1. You just get to do nothing, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
10 plus 3,
I
hold
can't
3,
do any of it.
Hold 1. As long as you continue to end, hold 2. So yeah, you just do. You sort of try and swarm them, but a handful of bullets are like pinging through from some of these Russians as they like try and shoot.
It's one of those situations where like because I'm moving and like having to like be fluid again, I'm like penetratable.
Yeah, and that's precisely what happens. Like bullets fly through. I would say like one person gets hit, not fatally, but like you just see like as you begin to do the stretchy shield thing, like a bullet goes through and you just hear a cry like as someone is hit, and then you begin to attempt like again.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, and they're like there's just people screaming. There's now one just with like a hole in his side, someone jumping on top of him trying to plug the hole. Trunk slam chest. You're on the ground, all chaos is going off. What do you want to do?
Gnarly, dude. I want to run at one of the bad guys and maybe grab him by the leg and turn him into a hammer, like a Russian hammer throw.
Not.
Spin him around.
Yeah. Give me a takedown. I guess roll with smash.
Come on. Is that 2?
Yeah. So you get to you can pick 2 of the options from the takedown list.
I'd like to reduce the size of the mob by maybe throwing them out of the front door.
Yep. You get to do another one.
And I'll take no harm because they're shooting at me.
Yeah.
But I'm ripped right now. So
Yeah.
the bullets are just like impacting on my chest.
You have like mild invulnerability or whatever, right?
Yes.
So you can
Borderline is super durable.
like we just see you jump up, but as you jump up, you've grabbed one of them by the leg, and like you whip him up in the air, and like he fires down at you. The bullet like hits and bounces off your head, and he's just like, "Oh no, this is not." As you just start swinging, and you just use him as a club. You just bang, hit like the 4 dudes that aren't completely enthralled by Rabbit, and just bang, like one of them launches out the door, bang, one of them's like thrown up into the air and lands crashing behind the desk somewhere, bang bang bang, as you just decimate these, and then you throw the final one. It goes skidding to a stop outside down the stairs. The ones which are enthralled are like tackled and grabbed by the SWAT team, and you've essentially defeated the mob here. Like the mob stops. There's still like a relative level of chaos. Police Chief Cujo is looking around, and he kind of looks over at each of you guys that are involved, apart from the Revengerer, who I think is hidden somewhere in a back room, just chilling.
Damn it, Revengerer.
Like, he's like playing like Flappy Bird or something on his phone, chilling out. Like, no plants, no superhero.
Super! I love birds!
We see like a handful of Russians being cuffed quickly by the SWAT. There's a group of men that come running in, then like a couple of paramedics come running in to try and deal with the wounded and look over people. You guys just essentially save the day. Police Chief Cugio looks over and says, "Yeah, you did good. Okay."
I bow in front of the camera, like really low, and I want some sprinkles to be like slowly going down, like on the floor and on the dead bodies. My pleasure.
We've practiced this so many times. I'm right behind her flexing.
Yes. It's like.
Are you the fucking
He's
Ginyu
so ready.
Force right now? Are you just like, dung, and all this like, because she can do that. Like she can literally make a background, you know, with an illusion. So yeah, I'll allow it. And Goo Girl, what are you doing? It settles down. You
Okay, the threat has been removed.
yeah, like everything seems to have calmed down.
So my plan is to follow the thing I said I was gonna do, which was try and catch up with Bellator now. Like I said I would back him up, you know, like if the fight with Gargan didn't go very well. So I head back, like I kind of go like, yeah, I gotta run, you know, like to the people who are coming in going like, oh, taking pictures, or you know, like the police who are around. I sort of like hesitantly wave and then, you know, reform into my sort of regular shape, and run back through the door I was in, grab my raincoat, put that back on, like throw the hood up and run up the stairs.
Cool. Anyone following?
Yeah.
Drunk. You must follow her. I think I'm interested.
Whoa, dude, is that Goo Girl? I'm gonna run after her. She's like a proper superhero, man.
I'm gonna slowly start walking behind
She's
them.
like a proper.
Cool. Yeah, you head upstairs. We see Bellator running up the stairs like dum 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 dum, like pretty. He's athletic, so this is nothing, I guess. Running up let's see, 6 flights of stairs.
I'd probably take him at like 3 or 4 steps at a time, like just bounding up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the like cut between Bellator arriving at the top and Google like hitting the staircase at the bottom is like her taking the stairs 3 or 4 at a time as well, but it's through like stretching rather than
just
through,
slow.
like,
It's almost like a slinky,
Yeah, it's
kind
like
of
a
moving down but moving up. Yeah.
Well, Bellator is technically back in town, back in time. Downstairs, Bellator, you probably hear a bunch of like gunfire kick off, but not before I need you to roll me a Defy Danger.
Okay.
Essentially, you're about to be caught in a telekinetic radioactive tractor beam. So I would imagine that you should try and roll either smash or maneuver.
I would probably try and maneuver my way out of that. Like I would say I'm more agile than I would say strong. So I would try and just roll out of the way. So roll a maneuver.
Sure, yeah.
12.
You as you're running up the stairs, you get to like the 6th floor, and suddenly you hear this really strange noise, like a wong, 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 and you feel this heat radiate from behind you, and you roll to the ground, and you see this like this strange like and feel this heat of this like radioactive beam that just it appears above you and then stays there for a moment before dissipating while you're underneath it, and then stepping out from a doorway is this really thin looking Eastern European woman in like a tracksuit but like a nicer looking hoodie. She's got like a scar that runs all the way around her neck, looks very old and very jagged, and she's got a bunch of belts on her waist that have loads and loads of knives on, and as she steps out she says,